Hello everyone. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome back to my channel. This is Dr. Sana. Let's discuss today's topic. So today's topic is different types of male orgasm. Okay, let's look into the topic. Male orgasm can occur in a few different ways depending on how the body is stimulated and how the nervous system responds. In most cases, the orgasm and the ejaculation happens together, but they actually are two separate physiological processes. What are the different types of orgasms in males? One is ejaculatory orgasm, that is most common type. This is what we call as typical male orgasm. What happens in this orgasm is semen is released from penis. Rhythmic contractions occurs in pelvic floor muscles, and prostate and seminal vesicles contract, and intense pleasure lasts for a few seconds. In this, most men experiences a refractory period afterwards the orgasm, during which another orgasm is not possible. Okay. The second type is non ejaculatory orgasm, or we call it as dry orgasm. In this type, a man feels orgasmic contractions and pleasure, but no semen is released. Possible reasons are certain medical conditions after prostatic surgery, some medications, or the man practiced control techniques or pelvic floor training. The sensation of the orgasm can still occur because the brain and nerves trigger the pleasure responses. Now, the third one is prostatic orgasm or prostate orgasm. I mentioned this in my previous video about why men ask their wives for anal penetration. So, I'll mention it again in this video. Let's go to the topic, the prostatic orgasm. Prostate is the gland, sometimes called male pleasure gland. Stimulation of this can produce deep pelvic sensations, stronger muscle contractions, and sometimes orgasm without penile stimulation. The prostate contains many sensitive nerves connected to pelvic nerve network. So that's why a man feels orgasm when prostate is stimulated. Okay. Now let's look into the other point, the most important point, multiple orgasm. Some men can experience more than one orgasm close together, especially if the ejaculation is delayed or controlled. In these cases, the first orgasm may occur without ejaculation, and ejaculation may happen in later orgasm. However, multiple orgasm in men are less common than in women. A very few men experiences multiple orgasms because men usually enter a refractory period after ejaculation. The key point is male orgasm is controlled by a combination of nerves in the pelvis, a hormone called testosterone, brain chemicals like dopamine and oxytocin. Although ejaculation is most visible part, the brain actually creates orgasm experiences. So let's look into the prostate orgasm in details. Okay, why prostate can produce a pleasure? The prostate is sometimes called male G spot. This is because it contains many nerve endings. It is connected to the pelvic nerve network. Stimulation of this point can trigger the pelvic muscle contractions similar to the orgasm. When this prostate is stimulated, the signals travel through the pudendal nerve and pelvic nerves to the brain and create sensation of pleasure. Let's look into how this sensation feels like. Men who report this type of orgasm often described it as a deep internal sensation in pelvis. longer lasting than penile orgasm for some. Sometimes it may accompanied by strong pelvic contractions. In some cases, it can occur without ejaculation, though ejaculation may also happen. So, I mentioned earlier that some men can experiences, a very few men can experiences multiple orgasms. In such cases, it may be due to one is prostatic orgasm and the other is penile orgasm, okay, or the other is ejaculatory orgasm. So the important point you should note that not all the men experiences pleasure from the prostate stimulation. Sensitivity varies widely between individuals, okay. So, one medical advice or one medical note I want to give you is that doctors sometimes stimulate or examine the prostate during a prostate exam to check the problems like prostate cancer, benign prostatic hyperplasia, prostatitis. You should note that this is purely for medical diagnosis, not for sexual purposes. Okay? So that's all about today's topic. We will see in the next video with another topic. Thanks for watching. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.